Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming and welcome to the NASCAR Homestead Predictions video. So, I'm going to go through all three series, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and Cup Series, and give my predictions as to what I think will happen. Now obviously, as with all predictions videos, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, okay? I'm not perfect, I'm not always going to be right, but these are my most educated, and there's some personal feelings in here as well. So let's get started with the Truck Series. So our four championship contenders in the Truck Series are Johnny Sauter, Christopher Bell, Matt Crafton, and Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric, of course, does not have a high-res photo that I can use like the other three do. But we're using that. He won't be around long anyway because Austin Cindric's going to be last. He's going to finish fourth in the championship. And honestly, if he doesn't get wrecked by the end of this race, it will be a miracle. So I even put a red X here just to signify the fact that he's not even going to be around at the finish. Honestly, if he survives Homestead, it will be a miracle. He's going to be the luckiest person in Miami on that day if he survives not getting wrecked. He has pissed off the populace, even though I can't blame him for what happened last week. But he's pissed off enough people to where I think it's time for payback. We have no idea what his plans are next year, so this could be the last time that we could get payback for Austin Cindric. So he's going to finish fourth, and if he finishes the race at all, it will be a miracle. In third place, I believe is going to be Matt Crafton. Crafton has not had a strong year. His only win has been at Eldora. Now, he does have a decent previous record at Homestead, but again, it's just been kind of a down year. He's been averaging between 5th and 10th, and I don't think with the other two competitors running up front, he's going to have much of a shot. There's always pit strategy, there's always stuff like that, but I believe Crafton will be third. So, it's down to Johnny Sauter and Christopher Bell. Now, usually, if you guys have probably seen this in my Chase predictions video, I like to go on the side of experience. I like to side with veterans more. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. Excuse me. But, so Johnny Sauter and Christopher Bell. Now, Christopher Bell, he's not a rookie. He's not a rookie. He's done this before. He made the Final Four last year. He's run Homestead already once. Johnny Sauter, he obviously won the championship last year. And he's won the last two races. Now, Texas, yes, it was a good win. Phoenix, everybody wrecked themselves, and that's how Sauter won. So, based off of momentum, obviously Sauter would be in the best position, but I have Sauter finishing second, and that means I have Christopher Bell winning the Truck Championship. Christopher Bell has just been so good this season, and I think he's finally going to get things, get luck on his side, and I think he'll be able to win this championship. Will he win the race? Who knows? But I think, he does have experience. Again, he's not a rookie. So I think Christopher Bell will get it done. Sauter will be second, Crafton third, and Cindric will be fourth, and hopefully won't have a truck to run at the end of this race. Moving on to the Xfinity Series, our four championship contenders are William Byron, Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler, and Daniel Hemric. This one was the toughest, in my opinion, to predict. I know some of you might say the Truck Series was the toughest. But in this series, all four of these guys have had success. Hemric, his success has been a lot more recent. He's just been kind of steady. He hasn't won this season, but he's been kind of steady. Byron obviously has been kind of the class of the field this year, but he's been spotty. His mile-and-a-half performances aren't always the best. Allgaier and Sadler, obviously, they're the veterans of this series. They have plenty of experience, and they know what it takes to do well here. So, in fourth place, I think will be Daniel Hemric. I want Daniel Hemric to do well. I am a Daniel Hemric fan. I personally think he should be in the 27 car next year for Richard Childress in the Cup Series. But I think Hemric is, out of the four of these, probably the weakest as far as experience and success level, even though Sadler and Allgaier have struggled a little bit recently, and Byron's kind of spotty, but I think when it comes down to it, Hemric will be in 4th place. In 3rd place, I think will be William Byron. Now, I know he's the favorite. He's had the most success this season. But he's been super spotty. Like I said earlier, he either is top 5 running for a win, or he's outside the top 10 and struggling. Which in the Xfinity Series, especially when no Cup regulars, outside the top 10 is not a good sign. And plus, just on a personal level, Byron, he's made. He's running the 24 car next year. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be in the Cup Series for a while. The other 3 guys, there's no promises anywhere. So, Byron, I think, will be 3rd. I don't think he's going to have as much success as we thought. Now, he did run well in the Truck Series last year here, but not much translates in my opinion. So, Byron's going to be 3rd. So, now coming down to Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler. Allgaier has had more success this season. He does have at least 1 win, maybe 2, I'm not positive on that, and he's had just more overall success. Sadler, he's struggled this season a little bit. He's been very spotty, but he's also been very good. Both of these guys have a lot of experience at Homestead. So, what I think is going to happen is Justin Allgaier is going to finish 2nd, and Elliott Sadler is finally going to win his NASCAR championship, and he'll probably retire at the end of the year. I know he's signed for next year, but I think if Sadler wins this championship, he's going to retire after this year, or at least after next year. But my reasoning behind this is, Sadler, he's hungry. He's hungry for it. He hasn't had much success this year, but he has the best record as far as Homestead goes. He has the most experience. He's not going to be overcome with nerves like the young guys are, and I think Sadler's going to do it. Allgaier, it's going to be close between those 2 in my opinion. But overall, this series was the hardest to predict for me, because all 4 of these guys are going to be running up front. I think all 4 of these guys deserve to be there. Now, if Cole Custer had snuck in, maybe it would be a different story. But all 4 of these guys deserve to be here, and I think this is how it's going to end up. Now, moving on to the Cup Series, our 4 championship Our 4 championship contenders, I can talk, are Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Brad Keselowski. Now, if you guys have watched my chase predictions video, you know that I had 3 of these 4 guys making it. The only substitution was I had Larson instead of Keselowski. But I had Truex, I had Busch, and I had Harvick in here. So that's going to lead me to putting Brad Keselowski in 4th. He struggled this year. Penske Racing has struggled this year, and I don't think he's going to be able to overcome the struggles recently. But anyway, when it comes down to Truex, Busch, and Harvick, I've mentioned this in my chase predictions video. I am looking at their history at Homestead, and all 3 have had success at Homestead, but only a couple of them have had real failures. But anyway, all 3 of these guys have had going to be close, have had success recently. Now, Harvick, he hasn't had a lot of success this year, but he had the win at Texas, and he's been super hot recently. So I think he's going to have a chance along with these other 2. So in 3rd place, I have Kyle Busch. I just think out of the 4, or out of the 3 that we're looking at now, he's the weakest at Homestead. Yes, he does have that win when he won the championship, but that's really all he has. So yeah, that's why I have Kyle Busch as 3rd. 2nd, Martin Truex Jr. 1st, Kevin Harvick. I think that's how my chase predictions video went. I know I for sure had Harvick winning, because Harvick is the best at Homestead without a doubt throughout his entire career. He has been excellent at Homestead. He's won a championship already. I personally want Truex to win this championship. The other 3 have already won a championship. I want Truex to win this championship. But Truex, of late, has been really bad at Homestead. Now, earlier in his career, he had a lot of success at Homestead. But within the last 2 races at Homestead, he has had no success when it counted. So I'm I do not think Truex is going to be able to pull this one off. I think Kevin Harvick is going to pull an upset. Out of the four of these, he's probably the biggest upset. When looking at this about 10 weeks ago, I said Harvick was going to win in my championship prediction video, and all of you in the comments were like, "No, Harvick, you're an idiot. Why would you pick Harvick? Harvick's been terrible all season." Watch, and I think it'll happen. So anyway, the 3 NASCAR champions this year will be Kevin Harvick, Elliott Sadler, and Christopher Bell. I think this is a diverse group. We have a young guy in Christopher Bell. We have a former Cup regular who's now in the Xfinity Series, Elliott Sadler. And we have a guy who's been a long-running guy in the Cup Series. He's been running since Dale Earnhardt passed in 2001. He probably, after this year with Kenseth and Earnhardt leaving, he's going to be one of the most experienced guys there. Newman was around in that time, and Johnson was around in that time. But when you look at the rest of the roster, not many people have been around that long. So I think Harvick is going to be able to pull it off. And these 3 champions, I think, are going to be good for the sport. Now, Christopher Bell, he's obviously moving up to the Xfinity Series next year. A lot of people are going to be upset that Martin Truex Jr. is not going to win, but I don't think he is. He just hasn't had success recently at Homestead. He'll say it. He struggled at Homestead recently. So, anyway, those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Tell me what you guys think, and tell me how wrong I am if I am proven wrong. I would consider, if one of these 3 guys actually win, I would consider that a success in this video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.